这么暗，你拍得到东西呀？
有啊。
耶，早安，朱老师。
好。那你有没有妹吉啊？
没有妹吉。
你没有做妹吉啊？
没有，我都是接好朋友的，都接熟客。
你有另外粉砖吗？
有，我有另外一个粉砖，在 IG 里，所以现在开始就是有接3星的。
所以
6月、7月的，今天算第一趟。
6月、7月已经有人跟你预约就对了。
对，
这样你多资深了，这样算15年了。
对啊。
资深登山专家。
没有啦，
林志明。
不要这么说。
怎么会有那么多店呢？
上次你们去那个白姑啊，我第一次白姑看你的路线走的。
5点到梅山口，因为我上来的时候就已经有遇到人家关山岭山、塔关山爬完。
对，有。
第一天塞车塞成这样子都可以爬完。
你们要去爬山吗？
是
要爬哪一点？
那个塔关山。
塔关山。
跟关山。
Is it a video? Is it a video? I have touched you for the last time. Is it a video?
7点06分，准时开跑。今天我们请到纪明，耶！不用担心停车位的问题。
那纯雕呢？在家睡觉。
Is it a video? Is it a video? Is it a video?
这种盛况空前的情形，我预估起码会到超过今年暑假。
Visions of Gideon. I have kissed you for the last time. Visions of Gideon. Visions of Gideon.
大概只有2、4、6、7、8个停车位，车子要往下停。像我们要上山的路。登山口在这里了。
可以帮我们拍一下吗？
当然。
Evil it spread like a fever ahead.
大关山隧道的下方。
When you died, my firefly.
还好吧，这个陡度还不算很陡。
What could I have said to raise you from the dead? Oh, could I?
棱线就在那边了啦，突破棱线就可以。从开关山隧道上来，崖口上来的这个路，路基不是很明显，碎石波段，要稍微小心一点。很快就进入小片树林，很漂亮。
Sitting at the bed with a halo at your head, was it all a disguise like junior high?
很准吧？
Where everything was fiction, future and prediction now.
进入树林区，
My fading supply.
步道的左边有一大块封闭，
Did you get enough
300
love?
多公尺。
My little dove.
如果是下午来，这边就是满满的云海了。
And I'm sorry I left, but it
上面
was
就
fine.
一大堆红毛杜
It
鹃。
never felt right. My little Versailles.
已经抵达棱线，
Say goodbye, my star in the sky. Such a funny thought to wrap you up in cloth. Do you
三条点在
find
上面啦，
it alright?
那个最高
My dragonfly.
最高那边。
Shall we look at the
哇，
moon? My little
还
love,
好，
why do you cry?
是啊，
Make the most of your life while it is rife, while it is light. While you do enough talk, my little hawk, why do you cry? Tell me, what did you learn from the Tillamook burn or the 4th of July? We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
那边那个应该叫库哈洛新山了。所以左边那个应该就是塔关山。向阳。断崖峭壁不少哎。
了吗？
The first time that you kissed me, boundless by the time I cried.
瑞士攀岩
Your walls
陡上拉绳的
me, white noise, what an
后半段还
awful
蛮长
sound.
的。
Fumbling by Rock River, feel my feet above the ground. Hand of God, deliver me. Oh, woe, woe is me. The first time that you touched me, oh, will wonders ever cease? Blessed be the mystery of love. Lord, I no longer believe, drowned in living waters, cursed by the love that I receive from my brother's daughter, like a Philistine who died.
打完三十趴，前面那一座。
Alexander's lover, now my riverbed has dried. Shall I find?
The first stage was very smooth, and this one is smoother.
来一次。
再来，
我跟你合照一张，多少天不下来？我跟你合照什么？
Green guys, let go.
1、2、3，这几天1、2、3，不会不会。
This was for Borman and myself, old hat. This was Anders' first flight. But the spacecraft looked like it checked out perfectly. Everybody on the ground thought it was okay.
What? And Borman says we've got Seco. Cutoff was right on the second. Oh, no! Holy goodness.
How much sorrow can I take? Blackbird on my shoulder, and what difference does it make when this love is over? Shall I sleep within your bed? River of unhappiness, hold your hands upon my head till I breathe my last breath. Oh, woe, woe is me. The last time that you touched me, oh, will wonders ever cease? Blessed be the mystery of love.
下午就起步了。我可以比中指吗？
掩饰。
厌世脸。
Spirit of my silence, I can hear you, but I'm afraid to be near you, and I don't know where to begin, and I don't know where to begin. Somewhere in the desert, there's a forest and an acre before us, but I don't know where to begin, but I don't know where to Again I lost my strength completely. Oh, be near me, tired old mare with the wind in your hair. Amethyst and flowers on the table. Is it real or a fable? Well, I suppose a friend is a friend.
这里很适合你打坐冥想哎。
Chimneys with that finds me be my keeper. Silhouette of a cedar. What is that song you sing for the dead? What is that song you sing for the dead? I see the signal searchlight strike me in the window of my room. Well, I got nothing to prove. Well, I got nothing to prove. I should've known better
森林浴的感
to see
觉。
what I could see. My black shroud holding down my feelings, a pillow for my enemies. I should've wrote a letter and grieve what I happened to grieve. My black shroud, I never trust my feelings. I waited for the remedy.
新的河墙。
山就在手。
When I was three,
我做了那个以前的那个石头堆积的地基，
that video store.
也是啊，那个矮墙都是以前的那个遗迹啊。
Oh, be my rest, be my fantasy.
"差不多一半了。
I'm light as a feather, bright as the Oregon breeze. My black shroud, frightened by my feelings.
山
I
北
only wanna be a
要好走多了，虽然是泥土树根，但是
No, I'm not a
感觉上都有踏出一阶一阶
demon
的。
had a spell on me. My black shroud, captain of my feelings, the only thing I wanna believe. When I was 3 and free to explore, I saw her face on the back of the door. Oh, be my rest, be my fantasy. Oh, be my rest, be my fantasy. I should have known better. Nothing can be changed. The past is still the past. The bridge to nowhere. I should have wrote a letter explaining what I feel. That empty feeling. Don't back down. Concentrate on seeing the breakers in the bar. The neighbors greeting. My brother had a son.
Good to go, over. Thank you, Michael. Good, thank you.
This was, for Borman and myself, old hat. This was Anders' first flight. But the spacecraft looked like it checked out perfectly. Everybody on the ground thought it was okay.
4点20了，快要 overtime 了，要关门时间了。
啊，不会滑了，5点之前到就好了。
你要罚钱赚你的哦。一日两心完灯了。
Half-light jackknife into the canyon.
要做 ending 啊！太简单了，太简单了，
太简单了哦。
哎，
应该来个2刷或3刷，对不对？
对啊，1日10星都没有问题。
是有时候晚上可以重装来扎你的啊。
登顶的时候很想讲干话而已。
这就吹你啊！
哎，1日2星还蛮硬的。5点46了，超过46分。那会不会开罚单呢？
期待。过去的时候我都不要踩刹车，就直接咻过去就好了，直接咻过去，不会难。
所以在我们前面也才刚出来2、3台车而已。
不要说不会罚钱，你看别人上来就被车子。
Water stain right